Okay, today's lesson was a little bit hard to videotape as it turned out because we were back and forth between the agenda and finding things and answering questions and going into breakout rooms. So I thought it would be easier to go through the agenda all by myself and just give you the information that way. So typically our lessons are going to be recorded and then they will be posted online from there. And so here's a disclaimer, so you know you're on video camera, but not today. So I'm going to post agendas, and these agendas are going to be interactive. So if you click on any of these orange titles here, they're going to take you to the slide that covers that information. So afterwards, if you've gotten everything but you didn't know what we were supposed to do with the virtual Zoom norms, you can click on that link and it'll go to that slide to tell you what to do. So to start off, we're going to have an interactive notebook that we use the whole year. And it can either be digital, and I've provided you a copy, I'll show you in a second, or it will be hard copy, a spiral bound notebook, and you can record your information there and then just take pictures. So we're going to launch the notebook from our Google Classroom. So I go to our classroom and I'm going to go under Classwork. Here under All Topics, this is a pull down menu. So I like to scroll down to just week 1, and then I'm not going to be looking at everything. I'm just going to look at the information that has to do with what I need to turn in. So under week 1, you're going to find all of these assignments, and this is what we need to accomplish this week. Okay, so once I get to the bottom of that, I have done everything I need to do, and I don't need to look for other information. So I'm going to scroll up to the top here. A couple of these are for Wednesday, and I wrote Wednesday next to it. Those 2 are for Wednesday. But here's our digital notebook. So I'm going to open that up, and if I'm going to do the digital notebook myself, I'm going to use this template. So in Google Classroom, I've provided each of you with a template of this to type in on your own. So you can put your name here, some interesting things that you like here. We'll keep track of our topics on the next page. And then here's our first page, and this has our daily question. So this is where I'm going to respond to the daily question. The daily question will be posted at the very beginning of a Zoom. So when students are getting let into the classroom, other students who are already in can answer all of these. They can answer their daily question while they wait. So back to our agenda. Our daily question was to describe an activity or occurrence that you experienced this summer and connect it to science. Include appropriate visual image. So I put in this image of the squirrel that got trapped in my ponytail. And what happened was my cat had caught this squirrel, and I was chasing my cat all over trying to, I didn't want it. It's not a squirrel, it's a chipmunk. I didn't want it to eat the chipmunk. And so so there's your predator-prey relationship, and I finally got a hold of the chipmunk, and he scurried up my arm and he hid himself in my ponytail. And you can actually see he's camouflaged with my ponytail. So there's another scientific process or principle. So you can connect something that you did, put a picture in there. If you don't have a picture of it, you could even just insert a picture from the internet, find one that is similar to your topic. So other things we're going to take care of today is introductions. Many of you have already met me and you've already introduced yourself to me, but I'll remind you of that. We went through the things you'll need. We introduced the Google Classroom, which you've seen before, and then we had a breakout session where we were in small groups and we discussed our virtual norms. So clicking through there, this is the introductions that you need to fill out. Many of you have already done this and turned it in, but this is a little bit about you, especially what do you want to be called? So if your name is Kimberly and you want to be Kim, put that there in the picture. And then over here, you're going to do a little video and insert that. I find it easiest to upload my video to Google Drive and then insert it from there. And then your baseball walkout song, like if you were taking the center field and they're like, and next up is Kim Snook. What song are they going to play as you take the field? Okay, so I told you about myself already in the open house, so I think I'll skip that and go right on to what do you need. So here's some things that we like you to have typically, but I don't know if you're going to actually need them this year. The 3-ring binder, definitely, if you're going to print things off to stay organized, you should do that. I have folders for each of my classes, and I just grab that folder that I need for today so that I stay on top of things. Spiral bound notebook, typically for taking notes. Handwriting notes creates connections through your nerves all the way to your brain. So there is science behind handwriting your notes. As far as our interactive notebook, you can do that in the spiral notebook, or you can do it online through that digital version I showed you before. So typically we need ink pens, pencils, highlighters, colored pencils. Now, all of these things are available in the Google world. If we wanted to highlight, you know, we can use the tools in Google Docs, or we can use the tools under PowerPoint, and we can do highlighting that way. We can change our colors. We can put shapes on. So most of those things I think we can make do with. But I'm still using highlighters to identify like what time does class start and stop, because I have a tendency to forget that. So we looked at the Google Classroom. Most of you have already joined it by now. On the front page, you're going to find announcements. I put the agenda there. You should find the open house there. So that'll be maybe the most important things. And then other than that, if you have a question for the good of the group, put it in that page, and then either I'll answer it or another student will answer it. So interact with that page as much as you want. Okay, going to the classwork, I showed you how you could narrow down what you're looking at. If you just want to look at what assignments do I have for today, click week 1. And you have different views, whether you're on a laptop or a PC. So this is the view on my PC. And when I walked you through it a moment ago, I was on my laptop. So you saw that the categories were at the top. If I know that I'm looking for the Zoom link, I'm going to just go down to helpful links and I'm going to click that. So I think the topics slide there, that can be really helpful. Things that are probably most important to you under the classwork page, under the class resources, is the daily schedule, our syllabus, which tells you what we're going to do week by week, and the classroom procedures. So that kind of talks about how the day will be run. So if you haven't looked at those 3 topics yet, I would just open those 3 documents when you get a chance. Helpful links. Like I said, we are going to do a weekly Zoom. Our link will not change, so you're going to stay there. Textbooks, we don't have an actual textbook that we're going to use. Tomorrow, Wednesday, you're going to go online asynchronously, so on your own. You're going to visit CK12, which is an online interactive textbook. So that's a resource that I will probably use quite often. Speaking of not needing a textbook, biology students were not supposed to pick up a textbook at the supply day. A handful did pick up my AP biology books and workbooks, and those are brand new books. They cost like $171 each, and now I don't have enough for my AP book kids. I ordered 30 books and I have 26 students, so I should have extras, but in fact, I don't have enough. And that's going to be really important for those kids to have. You aren't going to want to read out of that textbook. It's a college level textbook. So please, 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 nobody's going to judge you if you accidentally picked up an AP biology book. If you picked up a book that says biology, it's not yours. It's for AP Bio, and I need it. I need it bad. And it's a huge book. So that and the workbook, which is soft covered, could you please bring that to the office so they can get to the students who really need them? Okay? Thanks. Okay, so this is where we went into a breakout session. So norms are an agreement among members of a classroom or school about how they will treat each other. So there's two sets of norms that have been posted. One I posted under this assignment, and it's really just norms about being in the Zoom or the Google Meet. And then the high school, under my resources, they've posted kind of remote norms, and that's more about like how to make it through the day. Okay, so the goal of norms is to develop a class culture that promotes academic achievement. So in the Google Classroom, I have posed a question for you, and that is to identify the 3 norms that you think are most important towards achieving this goal. What goal? The goal of academic achievement. Okay, so if we go to our Google Classroom, week 1, and we're in our assignments, and I'm going to scroll down to the one that says Zoom. Okay, so here, Snug, Zoom, and Google, this is a question. So you can open up the document there, but just the instruction page is where you will find a spot to, that says answer your question here. So you're going to answer it in yours, not in the mainstream. And then I'll see your answer, and then we'll be able to have a class discussion next time we meet, which is Tuesday, about collectively what are the norms that we think individually are most important. Okay, so that's an assignment. So by the end of the hour, what had we accomplished? We accomplished the biology Zoom. So in the Google Classroom, mark as done. I'm using that as your attendance. So if you didn't watch the Zoom and instead you're watching this video, when you're done with this video, click mark as done, okay? Interactive notebook, you started your entries. There's not a specific due date for this. I'll collect them periodically. So probably like before a test, I'll collect them to look and see where we're at. We've also accomplished the Zoom expectations because we were given time in class to answer those questions during Zoom time. So if you haven't done any of those things that I marked check, you can do those first and mark them checked. Introductions and first contact should be the only 2 things left to do, which many of you did early because I posted this assignment early. So the introductions page, tell me about yourself, posting a video and a song. And then the first contact survey is really short. It's like, what's your name? What's your number? When can I get a hold of your mom, dad, guardian? Do you have any trouble getting online? What's your goal? And is there anything else I need to know in order to help you be successful? So those are the things left to do today. So by the end of the day, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things have been taken care of. And then tomorrow, Wednesday, is an asynchronous day. We are not together, okay? So you're going to get online and you're going to open up the Wednesday agenda and you're going to keep moving through the process. And I haven't come up with my interactive notebook question yet, but you can see you're going to do a graph. It's probably not the first time you've seen a graph. We'll see how you do and what we need to work on after I see the groups work. And then you're going to go to that K-12 interactive textbook, and there's reading, there's videos, and there's a short quiz at the end. And it's a practice quiz, so don't stress out, but I will see your results. Okay? So that's all I have for you today. I look forward to seeing you again on Tuesday. Have a great day, a great week. Enjoy your Labor Day weekend and have fun on your asynchronous day. Bye-bye.